Today, let's study about Pythagorean theorem, one of the most important topic in mathematics, especially in geometry. So Pythagorean theorem is only applicable for right triangles, and Pythagorean theorem states that if we have a right triangle, the side opposite to 90 degree is C, which is the hypotenuse, and the other two sides can be labeled as A and B, where A is the altitude and B is the base. So Pythagorean theorem states that A square plus B square equals C square, which means the sum of the squares of the other two sides, which are commonly called as legs, equals hypotenuse square. So in this question, it is asking to find the hypotenuse, which is C. So from the Pythagorean theorem, we can find, or we can use three shortcuts to find the missing side, which is A equals square root of C square minus B square, and B equals square root of C square minus A square, and C equals square root of A square plus B square. So here the question is to find C first, then it is asking us to find the perimeter, which would be the sum of all three sides. So we can use this shortcut or short form to find the value of C, where C equals square root of, I'm going to take 72 as A, so it would be 72 square, plus our B is 21, so 21 square. We can put this in a calculator and that will give us the final answer. So C equals 75. But we are not done here because the question is asking us to find the perimeter. So in order to find perimeter, we have to add all three sides, which would be A plus B plus C. That means 72 plus 21 plus 75. That gives us 168. So our answer would be 168. So in this question, it is asking us to find C, which is our hypotenuse. So in order to find C, we are going to use the formula A square, square root of A square plus B square. In this case, you can take 36 or 48 as A. Usually this side is marked as A because that's called as altitude / height. And this side is marked as base, so we take that as B. So here A equals 36, so 36 square plus 48 square. That will give us the final answer, which is 60. In this problem, it is asking us to find the perimeter. So perimeter means the sum of all three sides. So we need to first find C, which is the hypotenuse. So C equals square root of A square plus B square, which is 44 square plus 33 square. And that will give us 55. In order to find perimeter, we have to add all the three sides, which is A plus B plus C. That equals 44 plus 33 plus 55. That will give us 132. In this problem, we have to find the missing side B, which is the base. So B equals square root of C square minus A square. So C is 9 because hypotenuse is the side that is opposite to 90 degrees. So square root of 9 square minus 6 square. So I got a decimal, which is 6.7082. Since we have to round to the nearest 10, we are only going to put one decimal place. Since the second digit is lesser than 5, we don't have to add 1 to the 7. So our answer is approximately 6.7. Now let us do some word problems from Pythagorean theorem. Here we have three valid answers that are positioned on stage. Cn is 5 feet straight behind Greta and 4 feet directly left of Clara. So we are given with the position of Cn. So I'm going to mark Cn here. So it says Cn is 5 feet straight behind Greta. So I'm going to put Greta here. That way Cn is 5 feet behind Greta and 4 feet directly left of Clara. So in order for Cn to be left of Clara, we have to put Clara here. That way Cn is 4 feet directly left of Clara. When the music begins, Cn twirls to Clara's position. That means he's going this way, and then leaves to Greta's position, which means we need to fill this side. So, and finally, he walks back to his original position. How far did Cn travel in total? That means the question is asking us to find perimeter. In order to find perimeter, we need this missing side, which is C. So, to find C, we're going to use the short form or shortcut, which is a squared plus b squared. So here we have 5 squared plus 4 squared. That will give us 6.4031. Perimeter equals sum of all three sides, which is a plus b plus c. So here our a is 5 and b is 4 and c is 6.4031. So that gave me 15.4031. So in the IXL, we have to put the final answer to the nearest tenth. So since the second digit is smaller than 5, we don't have to add 1 to the 4. So our final answer is 15.4. That means in total, Cn crawled or twirled 15.4 feet. Emmett is in a hot air balloon that has just taken off and is now floating 6 meters above its launching point. So let's say this is the launching point. So it is floating 6 meters above its launching point, and Juan is standing on the ground 6.7 meters away from the launching point. So I'm going to mark this as launching point, and this is where Juan is. So the hot air balloon is 6 meters above the launching point, and Juan is standing 6.7 meters away from the launching point. How far apart are Emmett and Juan? So Emmett is here in a hot air balloon. So the question is asking us to find C. So C equals square root of a squared plus b squared. So here the a is 6, so 6 squared, and b is 6.7 squared. I got a decimal, which is 8.993. Since the second digit is greater than 5, we have to add 1 here, and that is going to give us 9.0. Problem. We have a rectangular shape that measures 3 meters by 9.4 meters. So I'm just going to draw a rough sketch of a rectangle, and let's say this side is 9.4 meters and this is 3 meters. Beginning in one corner, Maddie walks the length of her living room. That means Maddie is going this way, and then turns and walks the width, which is this. Finally, Maddie walks back to the corner where she started in. That means she's going diagonally. How far did she walk? That means we have to find the perimeter. So if this side is 9.4, this would be the same. And the question is asking us to find perimeter. In order to find perimeter, we first have to find C. So C equals square root of a squared plus b squared, which would be 3 squared plus 9.4 squared. That is 9.867. In order to find perimeter, we have to add all three sides, which would be a plus b plus c. That is 3 plus 9.4 plus 9.867, and we have to round the final answer, which is 22.267. Since the second digit is greater than 5, we have to add 1 to the preceding number or preceding digit. So our final answer is 22.3. So in total, Maddie walked 22.3 meters. So from her house, Melissa would have to walk due north to her friend Clayton's house. So I'm going to mark the directions here. So this is north, south, east, and west. So Melissa would have to walk due north. That means, let's say this is Melissa's house. She has to walk due north to get to Clayton's house. So that is Clayton's house. And due east to get to her friend Henry's house. So if she goes north, she would be going to Clayton's house, and if she goes to east, she'll get to Henry's house. It is 1.4 miles from Melissa's house to Henry's house. So this is 1.4. And a straight line distance of 4 miles from Clayton's house to Henry's house. That means the hypotenuse is 4. The question is to find the distance from Melissa's house to Clayton's house, which is our B. So we're going to use the formula B equals square root of C squared minus A squared. So in this case, our hypotenuse is 4, so 4 squared minus 1.4 squared. That gave me a decimal, 3.7469. So since the second digit is more than 5, our final answer is 3.7. Let's look at one more example. A flying squirrel lives in a nest that is 3 meters up in a tree. So I'm going to mark tree here. So the nest is here, that is 3 meters up in a tree. But the squirrel wants to eat a cone that is on the ground 2 meters away from the base of her tree. So here she has a cone that is 2 meters away from the base of the tree. If the flying squirrel glides from her nest to the cone, that means this way, and then scurries back to the base of the tree, and then climbs back to the tree to her nest, how far will the flying squirrel travel in total? So the question is asking us to find perimeter. So in order to find perimeter, we need to first find C. So C equals square root of A squared plus B squared. That equals square root of 3 squared plus 2 squared, which is 3.605. And now we can find perimeter by adding all the 3 sides. So 3 plus 2 plus 3.605. Give me a decimal, 8.605. So since the second digit is more than 5, our final answer is 8.6. So in total, the squirrel walked 8.6 meters.